When COVID hit, jobs tanked, small businesses collapsed, families suffered, and millions of paychecks just disappeared. The government was quick to pour out more than $1 trillion to restore a collapsing economy, but the scammers and fraudsters quickly caught on, as did the Secret Service.
Millions of dollars ended up in the hands of fraudsters and scammers.
They were all prosecuted from the Northern District of Georgia.
Investigators are calling it one of the largest frauds in American history.
We went to this Gwinnett County home looking for a company that received more than $22,000 in federal Paycheck Protection Program payments. We couldn't find money in a Problem Entertainment registered with the Georgia Secretary of State or active online.
15 suspects targeted have been arrested and charged, while another 10 suspects have active warrants for their arrest.
Opportunists defrauded the government out of billions of dollars by lying about their needs.
1,200,000, 150,000, and it goes on and on and on. A criminal indictment against the woman who once ran a special needs service empire in the valley alleges she stole over $2.9 million.
Police say a woman paid a hitman in PPP loan money.
Josh Bellamy of St. Petersburg has now been charged with wire and bank fraud, in addition to conspiracy to commit wire and bank fraud. Investigators say he conspired with others to obtain millions of dollars in fraudulent PPP loans.
A Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star has been sentenced to more than 17 years in federal prison for fraud. Maurice Fain of Decula is accused of defrauding more than 20 people who invested in his trucking business and using that money to pay off personal expenses. The Department of Justice says some money even came from a fraudulent PPP loan application.
This Davenport couple is accused of trying to defraud the government out of more than $5 million in COVID relief money.
Today is January the 20th, 2023. It's approximately 11:28 a.m. Investigator Jared Wall of Georgia Post Council is going to attempt to make a phone call to Brianna Lamar, case number 006-147-01-23, former Upson County jailer.
Hello.
Is this Miss Brianna Lamar?
Hello.
Is this Brianna Lamar?
Yes, it is.
This is Investigator Wall with the Georgia Post Council. How are you?
I'm trying to pay for my food.
Okay, you want me to call you back in about 5 to 10 minutes?
Yes, about 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Lamar, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. My name's Jared Wall. I'm an investigator with the Georgia Post Council. Do you know what Post is and what we do?
No, sir.
We actually are the state agency that holds jailer certifications, police officer certifications, and stuff like that. And anytime you're arrested, terminated, get in any trouble, or get demoted, it kicks up an investigation with our office, and we take a look into, what happened and if your certification's at jeopardy or not. And due to you being released by Upson County, it kicked up a post investigation that I started this year. Do you know what that's about? Do you know the reason they let you go?
Yes, I do.
Regarding the PPE loan stuff?
Yes.
Okay, are you represented by an attorney?
No, but my only concern is they let me go for it, but it's 3 other people that's there working still to this day, and they didn't let them go.
Were they involved with the same loan you were, or just different loans?
Yes, but that doesn't mean, just because my name was on that list, that doesn't mean that I got it. But when we had the meeting or whatever, when they questioned me, I told them that I did get it, because at the end of the day, I really was tired of working there.
Yeah. So did you get the $20,000 or not?
No.
Well, why did you tell Hosley that you did?
Because I was ready to go.
So
I really didn't want to quit my job, but I didn't want to tell them that I got it, but then I didn't want to tell them that I didn't get it, but at the time I was at my breaking point with them.
All right, because you gave him some specific totals on how much you got, how much you had already spent, and how much you had left, and which bank it got sent to and all.
Yeah, I know.
So
that's the only bank I had. That's the only thing that they was offering, really. And that's the only thing I knew, because I knew somebody had done the PPP loan. But my only concern was why nobody else wasn't let go.
Yeah. So there was 2 or 3 other people involved.
It was 3 other people that still work there to this day. Their name was on the PPP loan list, and they're still there.
And it was on the same loan you put in, or they put in different loans?
It's the same. It's the PPP is the personal business loan. None of them. I got a legit business, but they don't.
So y'all 4 went in together on the same loan, saying
No,
you.
we wasn't together. I didn't talk to them.
No, but what I'm saying is, on the loan itself, you're telling me that the 4 of y'all went in as owning the same business.
No.
Okay, so how did they go in with you with the same loan then?
They didn't go in with me with the same loan.
Okay, well that's
PPP,
just.
anybody can get a PPP loan.
I know, man, but I'm trying to determine if this loan was just yours and they have done 3 separate loans, or were y'all all involved with the same loan?
No, it was 3 separate. Well, 4 separate. And I don't talk to them, so we would not have done nothing together.
Okay, I'm just trying to understand the situation, okay? Because you kind of confusing me on how you're explaining it. So did you in fact do this loan, or did somebody do the loan for you?
I tried to get approval. I went to see if I would get approved.
Yeah. And then that obviously you got approved and got $20,000.
I got approved, but then they sent me my money.
So why did you tell me earlier that you didn't get the money?
You know what I said?
That you did or did not get the money?
I didn't get the money.
Oh, I thought you told me you didn't get the money, but you told him you did because you were ready to be done.
Yeah, basically.
So which one was it?
Didn't get the money.
You did?
Didn't.
Did not?
No.
So you never got any money off of that loan?
No.
Wow. So you made up the fact that you did just to be done with the interview and be done with employment?
No, just to be done with them.
Who's them?
Yes.
Who is them?
The Upton County Sheriff Office.
Oh. So, okay. So you're admitting to lying to them?
I did.
Why would you do that?
Because I was ready to go. I was at my breaking point.
Oh. Do you want your jailer certification, or do you want to let it go?
Yes, I still want it.
Well, if you still want it, you got to tell the truth. If you're untruthful, there's no way you're going to keep your jailing certification. None. Honesty.
If I happen to get back in the door, then I can go back to jail school.
No, you won't be able to.
Well, you'll be fine. I'll just find another career.
Well, you got to be honest. Did you have a business at the time?
Yes, I have a transportation business.
Okay. Now or then?
Then and now.
Okay, so you brought up the fact of, let's see here.
They asked me something about a hair salon.
Yep.
I don't know anything about a hair salon. I don't do hair. I don't even do my own hair. I sold hair.
So where was your business located at?
In my address. I had a transportation business. I drove vans and 18-wheelers.
Okay, what is that address?
Right now it's the street.
No, where was it when you had the
304 Fifth Avenue.
304 Fifth Avenue?
Yes.
Okay, because it looks like Captain called the city of Thomasville and there's no business license assigned to that address. And that nobody could get one within the city limits. So how did you have a business license and a business there at that address?
I didn't have a business license. I just had an EIN number so I could run a truck.
So you didn't have a business license, you just conducted business out of there?
I didn't conduct business. I can't drive a house.
Okay.
I just lived there.
So why did you tell the captain that you had a hair business?
I didn't tell him I had a hair business. I told him that I used to sell hair.
You said that the business is supposed to have consisted selling hair, lashes, and a couple of more things.
I told him that I used to do that.
No, that ain't what it sounds like. Well, I don't think you're being honest with me and being straight with me about it. And the bank that you use, where is it located? Oh, well, she hung up on me.
Sheriff Office, can I help you?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm super. Hey, I'm just calling to find out, get the email address for the open records custodian.
Okay, I'm having a problem transferring, so dial this number. Just write it down. That's it, Sheriff Office, Teresa.
Hey, yeah, how are you doing, Teresa?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. I was told to call you, call the main number. I'm just trying to get the email address for the open records custodian.
What kind of report you looking for?
I am looking for any Gatorade interviews, any Miranda interviews.
Okay, let me give you the sheriff email. It's gonna be D Kilgore, Kilgore at UpsonCountySheriff.com. That's gonna have to go through him. That's gonna have to be approved through him anyway. So
Sheriff.com.
D Kilgore at UpsonCountySheriff.com.
Is there an S on the end of that?
On the S of what?
The Upson County Sheriff?
No.
Okay. Just
UpsonCountySheriff.com.
got it. And he handles all the open records.
No,
requests.
He don't handle all of them, but that's gonna have to be approved through him anyway. So.
No, that's not how that works.
What you mean?
I mean, open records don't have to be approved. I request them.
Well, I'm just saying we have to let him look at them too. So.
Yeah, so he's filtering. He's filtering the request then.
No, he's not filtering it. He'll just give it to us, and then we do what needs to be done. So just send it to him, and he'll give it to me. Okay?
Oh, so you are the open records custodian?
Not over what you want. I don't have like the Miranda. I don't have that information. Okay? That's why I say you have to send it through him, and he'll try to get that from the patrol deputy. Okay?
Well, let me ask you this. Do you have access to images on file, the service photos of police officers, personnel files?
No, I don't.
You don't have access?
No. I have access. Look, just send it to me. Just send it to me.
Okay, well, what is your...
Let me give you my email address.
Okay, all right.
It's gonna be DAWSON at UpsonCountySheriff.com. And whatever I don't have, I'll just make sure the person that do have it get a copy of it, okay?
Okay, so that's DAWSON at Upson County Sheriff.
T.A. Dawson at UpsonCountySheriff.com.
T.A. Dawson, okay. All right, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I have access to the personnel records.
Okay, all right. That's really all I want to know. I just don't want there to be any confusion when I send the request
So you
in.
said you want personnel records, you want Miranda rights, you want other stuff?
I want a lot of stuff.
Okay, I can do the personnel, and then what I'll do is I'll give the sheet to whoever else.
IRS workers are always making sure we pay what we owe when it comes to our taxes. That is their job. But 5 current and former IRS workers out of the Memphis office are facing lots of jail time tonight. The feds say they committed fraud with our tax dollars by illegally obtaining COVID relief money. And wait until you hear how they spent it. The IRS Service Center on Getwell in southeast Memphis is a massive complex employing thousands of workers, but 5 of them are accused of defrauding the PPP program and other loans made possible by the CARES Act passed during the height of the pandemic. The feds say 46-year-old Brian Salisbury of Memphis fraudulently obtained $171,400 in loans. They say he spent the money on a Mercedes-Benz and put the rest in a personal investment account. Courtney Quincy Westmoreland, 38, of Cordova, is accused of illegally obtaining $16,050 in unemployment insurance and $11,500 in loans. The feds say she bought luxury clothing with that money. The feds also say 35-year-old Fatina Hewitt of Olive Branch fraudulently obtained $28,900 in loan funds she said she needed for a fashion business, but investigators say she instead bought Gucci clothing and took a trip to Las Vegas. 27-year-old Roderick DeMarco White II of Memphis got $66,666 in loan funds, money the feds say he spent on personal items including a Gucci satchel. And finally, 56-year-old Tina Humes of Memphis is accused of getting $123,612 in illegal loan money. She also made trips to Las Vegas and bought some nice jewelry, according to the indictment. Well, the last 3 defendants have all pleaded guilty to the charges against them. That may help them when it comes to sentencing, which, by the way, each count of wire fraud can bring 20 years in federal prison, and money laundering can bring another 10 years. Federal prosecutors say they will not tolerate anyone abusing the public trust by abusing pandemic relief programs.
A tip involving 2 taxpayer-funded loans took us to Darlington, South Carolina. City Councilwoman and her son both benefited from tens of thousands of dollars from Paycheck Protection Program loans. Our chief investigator, Jody Barr, set out to figure out whether this elected official truly owned a business with paychecks to protect. That's tonight's Politicians Payout as a Queen City News investigation.
So this is the big boy here. This is the granddad. This is what we call a Dixie. Well, you from the South. Dixie chopper.
Cisco Reed's still enjoying the fruits of his PPP loan.
50-inch zero turn.
7 years ago, Reed started Elaine's Son Lawn Care, an after work and weekend gig he calls his side hustle.
One-stop shop.
Reed applied for and was awarded a $20,832 PPP loan in May 2021, a year into the pandemic. Small Business Administration records show Reed asked for the loan to protect one paycheck in his sole proprietorship.
It was able to help me to go from a push to a zero turn. And in this business, you got to have a zero turn. There's no way around it. You got to have good weed eaters.
So this was bought with a loan?
Yeah.
You know, some people may look at this and they say, wait a minute, Cisco Reed, the title of the loan was Paycheck Protection Program, not Equipment Purchase Program.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to that?
But it was for small businesses.
Federal records show Reed's loan was forgiven in June 2022.
I know in this PPP loan era during that time, there was a lot of scams, but you can see that I gave document that I had the business before PPP loan, I had it during the PPP loan, and I have it after the PPP loan.
How you doing, Miss Reed? Hey, I'm Jody Barr with Queen City News.
Hey.
Hey.
I do apologize. One of these.
Oh, okay. Well, I got hugs too. I give hugs.
Oh,
hey,
okay.
Can we talk to you about this PPP loan?
Well, you know, I got 5 minutes.
I'll only take one. The PPP loan database also shows Darlington City Councilwoman Elaine Reed, Cisco Reed's mother, received a $20,833 PPP loan. We filed record requests with City Hall and the state looking for corporation filings and business licenses. The state had no records for the Reeds, but the city provided copies of business licenses for Cisco Reed, one for 2019, nothing in 2020, and another issued to him in June 2021, 3 weeks after the government approved his PPP loan.
Make sure all the newspapers get this.
But the city had no record showing the councilwoman ever held a business license there. We asked her to schedule an interview with us, but she wouldn't. We found her outside City Hall last month.
And I was doing it to just kind of supplement my son. And his is Elaine's Sons, and that's how it was spent.
So you got a PPP loan, but you don't have an employee, you don't own a business.
Well, I do have an employee at that time, I mean, I just, paid them to be able to do the work. And that was to be able to help with the lawn, the record, do the.
Where is the trouble when you talk about PPP loan fraud?
That's a real good question, right? The fraud in PPP loans is not in how the money was spent, basically. The fraud is in the application for the loan or the application for the forgiveness from the loan. Either exaggerating in the application for the loan or exaggerating in the application for forgiveness or just outright lying. And when you see that, that is fraud.
I did not even expect to get it. I was surprised.
But if you don't have a business to support applying, did you fill out the loan paperwork?
Yeah.
And did you certify on there that you had a business and that you were in business?
But I was doing it because I worked with my son.
The loan, she says, was to pay 2 men who work for her around her home. The PPP loan database shows the councilwoman listed her business type as self-employed individuals with 1 employee. She reported her business classification as lawn and garden tractor and home lawn and garden equipment manufacturing, a business that she listed existing more than 2 years. But the public database does not show the business name. It seems as though if there's not a business in your name and then you got a PPP loan, that may be a problem. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll just have to deal with the council because you got a bug on you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I didn't even know he had applied. Didn't have a clue. And then we were saying, I mean, it was just so much mixed up.
You think y'all might have had 1 loan too many?
For real. So as far as what you want to know, I don't know if it's just to what.
I mean, what we want to know is did you get a loan? Did you get almost 21,000?
It's public knowledge. I got a loan.
But is it something you should have gotten, should have had, given the fact that you don't own a business?
Exactly. If that's what you want to do, according to whatever, maybe not. I just filled the paperwork. I was given that.
Who gave it to you?
Lord,
Who gave you the application or told you about it?
Oh, I got that. Gosh, there was so many of that around, I don't even remember them.
Cisco Reed told us someone also approached him about the PPP loan opportunity, but he too could not remember who that was.
I know we didn't go to the same people, so.
Who did you use to help you with yours?
I went to a tax service. Oh, I don't know the name.
In Darlington?
No, I want to say, matter of fact, I want to say in Hartsfield.
You don't remember who that was?
No, I don't remember
where it was?
I don't remember who it was.
We asked both Reeds to help clear up these questions by showing us a copy of their PPP records. The government required applicants to, in good faith, give the details of their business, payroll amounts, and the number of employees who they paid payroll taxes for, including any independent contractors for whom they filed IRS Form 1099 miscellaneous. The government requires borrowers to hang on to employment records for 4 years and 3 years for all other records. Can you share your application for that loan with us?
I can find it.
A month after this interview, the councilwoman tells us she still has not found the copy of her PPP loan records. She did tell us she's working on getting her loan forgiven.
If
I could see the application, that might clear this up.
Clear what up? See, I don't know what the problem is.
Well, the problem is that you got a business, a PPP loan to protect paychecks for a business that you have, and we got no record of you having a business.
Okay, so that's the fact.
Both Cisco Reed and his mother Elaine contend they followed the third-party advice that led them to their loans.
Your job is to kind of defame or show the bad side of the negative. There's no negative.
We wouldn't have come here if that was our job, if that's what we're after.
Sweetheart, everything, my intentions are all good. They're asking for.
I spoke with both Councilwoman Elaine Reed and her son Cisco earlier this week. Both tell me they cannot find their PPP loan applications or their forgiveness paperwork. As we told you in the report, Cisco Reed's loan is forgiven, but the Small Business Administration's online records show Elaine Reed's loan is not paid off and not yet forgiven.
Everything we do is above board.
That's what Kenneth Stephen, or Steve, Landers told the I-Team in December of 2021. But in reality, federal authorities say he was defrauding taxpayers out of hundreds of thousands of COVID relief dollars, using it to buy a gold Rolex, possibly this watch he was wearing during a previous interview, and an $87,000 vintage Jaguar Roadster. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, Landers submitted false information and documents in 2020 and 2021 to receive 7 PPP loans totaling $910,000. IRS Assistant Special Agent in Charge Tara Reid says she can't reveal how investigators learned about Landers, but notes it's not uncommon for members of the public to tip them off.
Every single person who chooses to break the law and defraud the government, we will find and we will prosecute to the fullest extent.
Prosecutors say Landers used the money meant to keep businesses afloat and people employed as a personal piggy bank, withdrawing more than $100,000 cash, writing checks to himself, and padding his personal account. They also say he used the cash infusions to pay down his debt, including paying off his mortgages on his waterfront home and Northside tire business. Reid says Landers forged tax documents when he applied for loans on behalf of 4 corporate entities he controlled, including the American Fallen Veterans Service Project nonprofit. Its website asks visitors to help support the families of our fallen veterans with your generous car donation. Federal prosecutors say the organization's bank account went from $0 to $200,000 when it got approved for a COVID relief loan.